Aloha travellers, you're listening to the Travellers Ukulele Gig Guide podcast and I'm your host, Shirley Ann. Today it's my pleasure to introduce you to Bernadette Newman. Do you know Bernadette?
God. I felt like my mum was in the room and I was in trouble. Full name got used.
Because I used the whole name. The
whole name.
Bernadette Newman. I'll introduce you now. Hi Bernie, how are you?
I'm good, darling. Very well.
That's excellent. I love your get-up because it's very green, much like my favourite colours. Themed out. And that's because we live in the tropics, is it not?
We're in the tropics, and plus it's just an affinity with the uke, isn't it? We just gravitate to everything tropical.
Oh, I love it very much. Now, Bernie, that's your preferred name, isn't it? Not Bernie.
Yeah, when I'm not doing something naughty, yeah.
Bernie, where are you from, my friend?
From beautiful Townsville, so up here in North Queensland, in the dry tropics, which it doesn't feel so dry at the moment. We're having a little bit of rain. But yeah, it's lovely up here. The best thing anyone ever told me, it is hot. We will admit it's hot. But you live here from about March to September. That's perfection.
Yeah.
That's why you're here.
Yeah. That's exactly right. Amen to that. Now, could I just say, this is the Travellers Ukulele Gig Guide podcast. So would you, as a local, be able to give us some juicy sightseeing travelling hints? What should the people go and see when they get to Townsville?
Oh, good questions. Always go to Maggie. Go over to Maggie Island. Put your watch in your pocket. The only thing you need to know is when to get on the barge and when to get off. Everything else is just free flow it, because they're not running on a timetable either. So it's gorgeous, just beautiful. Head up to Paluma, take your togs, go up to Crystal Creek, have a really nice swim. If you like cold water, if you're feeling the heat up here, perfect way to cool off. Head up to our Harvey's Range. They've got the tea houses up there. You can have a little cup of tea, nice little drive. But visit our little brethren north and south and west. So Charters Towers, Ayr, Ingham, they're all really great for a little visit for the day too. So do fishing, big on fishing here. Go out to the reef from here if you like fishing. Just lots of different little things. You can do the common walk if you're a bird watcher. Just be outside, enjoy it.
Wow, that's a lot to offer, travellers. So you've heard it here, right on the Travellers Ukulele Gig Guide podcast.
Yes.
Now, Bernadette, how long have you been living in Townsville?
I'm an army brat, so I came here when I was 3. So I'm something older now. So I was very blessed. My dad never got posted again after we got here, which is very rare. So we basically stayed. Rest of the family's all from Vegas. And my husband's family is all from Tamworth. But yes, we've decided this is where we'll be.
Oh, that's excellent. I love it very much. Now, Tamworth. Tamworth has got a history and a legacy of music. Has that been imbued to you through your husband?
No, they absolutely will not go to Tamworth during Country Music Festival. They got packed up for 6 weeks every Christmas, sent to their grandmothers down at Tamworth, and then Country Music Festival come on, and they were practically a local and just left town during that period. So no, my husband's not on the musical front or anything like that. I think my person was my dad. He had a wish. My dad had a dream in his head he loves country music, and he had a dream in his head that I was going to learn guitar when I was little, and I was going to be trotted out when we were camping and entertain everyone. And I'm one of these people, you tell me what to do and I'm probably not going to do it. So that's pretty much how it went. It didn't happen.
Well, I've got a bit of affinity with that story, and I shouldn't really be talking about myself, but my parents used to do that to me. They were party singer people, and they'd trot me out at 3 years old. Come on, babe, do the hula to that stupid instrument, the ukulele, and boy, did I have some resistance to it.
You do, don't you?
Years. Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
Get that away from me. But then something happened, as it does to us all. How did you find ukulele, Bernadette?
Oh, I don't even know how it happened. I remember going to the West End. My mum lives right near the West End pub in Townsville, which is where the ukulele group there used to meet. They've been going for about 5 or 6 years, something at that stage. I remember thinking, gee, they sound like they're having fun. Um, but I'm like, it's the friggin' ukulele, so I don't know if I'm going to take part in that. And then I was just before my 40th, and I just said, I want to do it. I want to learn the ukulele. I don't know why. I don't know if it was the aesthetic of it. I just thought it looked cool all of a sudden. And then I was blessed. There was my best friend bought me a ukulele. I adore her. She's been my friend since primary school. Bought me my first ukulele for my 40th and said, come on, we'll both go. And so we went to the West End. So she supported me all the way through. She doesn't play anymore, and she's a fantastic. She does guitar, ukulele, can sing. She's amazing, but she just can't fit it in with life. But she supported me for probably the first 2 years. We went to everything together, and it was that little community thing. I was blessed. There was a lady at work who played in bands and played the uke, who would take me in my lunch breaks and teach me. Her patience must have been immense. I now appreciate how much patience she had. And then there was about two other people at council that we work at who also did it. We went on a lunch break and just used to sing in the courtyard. So it was just this really beautiful, yeah, organic thing. And then the big thing to learn was we went to the Cairns Ukulele Festival. We were practicing for that. So that was 1 year of solid practice, get better and everything. And that was probably the best thing to getting it under my belt, like practicing those 10 songs for Cairns. And yeah, that was just the funnest thing ever.
Was that the last festival, Bernie? Was that in
Yeah,
2016?
it was.
And you
Yep, it
played
would
in
have
the
been, yeah.
Yeah, and you played in the big park. We had the big park stage
Yeah,
set up.
yep, yep. So that was the very last one. I was so eager. I'm like, I could do this every year. This will be amazing.
Amazing, well done. Well, this is Townsville Ukulele. Are you a group or a club?
Depends on what you call a club and a group. I think, are officially a group because we don't have all the club meeting, the presidents, all that kind of stuff. We're a group of like-minded individuals. We do have a little steering group that helps pick our path forward every year and keep us running on track. They're an amazing bunch of people. But I think to be officially a club, you have to have all the paperwork, etc., which God bless all the ones that do it. We've got a sister club that have gone through that, and they very much wanted that because of going into the nursing homes and everything and wanting to be insured and everything. So then there's a fit for everyone, so which works out beautifully.
And that's the amazing thing about ukulele. It can be whatever the person, the group, the situation
Yeah.
calls for. It's so, so flexible, and people can just express themselves through it. So now, Townsville Ukulele Group / Club.
Yes,
Um,
that one.
how many people are there, and when do you meet?
Right. So I think on our books at the moment we have about 120 or so people that are actively getting emails from us. Most nights we can get anywhere. On a good night we get up to 60, 70, down to about 20 or 30, dependent. The weather does affect us a fair bit. We meet at the Bellevue pub
Mm.
in South Townsville, out in their beer garden. We put the screen on. We have a projector. You don't need to bring your own sheet music, just a ukulele and a good attitude. Um, and yeah, we just sing along from there at the Bellevue. So we've been there for quite a few years now. We also do beginners groups. So we meet at Tuesday nights. We start at 6:30. We'll teach people how to play. It's a cult. We want everyone to join. Um, if you look like you're enjoying it from the sidelines, you'll have a ukulele shoved in your hands by Kent, and before you know it, you're singing Bad Moon Rising. It's just what happens. Yeah. And then at 7 o'clock, main group meets. We go for about an hour and a half. Different varying formats. We like every month. We bring in one new song every month to teach everyone. And our part of our steering group, Viv, is amazing at organising that usually, breaking it down for us. So we give that a go and revisit it. And then we just have different hosts every week. Chris, who's part of our steering group, gets us all organised, does our planner. And if you host, you get to make everyone your big human jukebox and play the songs you like, which is the fun part about hosting.
Now, Bernie, What
Yes.
is your ukulele club superpower, would you say?
Superpower. Whoa, that's a really good question. What is our superpower?
I think
What is
it's
our
something
superpower?
sonic.
What is our club super? Oh,
No, not the club.
just
You, love. You.
me.
What's
Oh,
your superpower?
I'm cheaper than a PA system when I'm loud. Is that what you were hinting at?
Yes.
Yes, yes. Um, yes, I have been known to be quite boisterous. Um, but yeah, I think that's why I love it too. It's open for everyone. You could either sing pretty or you can sing a bit gritty or however in between you want to be.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Um, Bernie, you on a personal note, you you work, I think, in a corporate in a government sector. So, what does ukulele and ukulele club do for you? How does it?
Oh,
What does it do for you?
yeah, fills my soul. I
Mm.
notice I notice when I don't play or go, it's that little bit of a I keep on saying it's my drug of choice. It's it does, it gives you that dopamine hit, gets you through the week. You meet with your peeps, your friends, you get that. And my God, ukulele people are just usually such a strong community minded embracing type people. They're all in there asking how you're doing, how's everyone going. I feel like sometimes I've got like 50 mums and nanas and everyone and aunts all looking out for you, and men there to give advice to or ask questions to and everything like that. So it's just this really beautiful community it always brings together. And it also teaches you tolerance. You've got different personalities. You also will be learning songs that you normally wouldn't play, genres you don't like. But you know what? If you can find a little grain of something in there to do, it's all great. Like it just, I think it enhances open mindedness. I think it's
Mm.
the biggest thing for going to a club. It's just if, and some people that's the only social outing they might get.
Mm.
Um, we always have a meal together. Most of us have a meal together before we at the pub before we go out and sing. So it's that, yeah, it's just that little community. So for me, that's what fills my cup.
Mm. Beautiful. Well said. Um, are, are visitors welcome there? Are travelers
Always,
welcome there?
always,
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 always
always,
travellers. Do you hear that?
always travel.
Bellevue Pub. Get down there,
Yes.
get a meal from the bistro. Don't even worry about your books and all your bits and pieces. Just go there, make sure you got your specs on so you can see the giant screen.
And if you forgot your ute, still come along. We keep spares.
Everything, all bases covered, Bernie.
All bases covered. There's no excuses. We strip that right back.
Now, what day and time is it? I'll just say that again.
So
Last
we
date,
meet Tuesdays, 6:30
Tuesdays.
for beginners.
Yep.
So even if you're traveling and you're just kind of interested, we will give you, you've got a uke you can practice on. We'll give you paperwork so you can go and fiddle around with some music. And yeah, we'll get a teacher in front of you or a guide in front of you and just teach you how to get started. 6 chords, you'll know about 400 songs. Um, and then yeah, 7 o'clock main group till about 8:30 at night. So we're starting again end of January. We'll be back and running again.
Oh, you on break right now?
We are, yeah, we are on break. Little hot outside, little wet outside. So we have
Yeah,
a little break. Gives the steering group a little bit of a chance to regroup and that because it
yeah.
takes a lot to get clubs going, as you'd know.
Yeah, and to sustain them, not even to keep them, to get them up and running,
Yeah.
but keep them going. Yeah,
Yeah, there's a lot of work happening. It's like a duck on the water, all the legs going underneath. Looks smooth on the day. Probably more work went into it behind the scenes. So
absolutely.
yeah, no, we'll be back again in January. So if you've got a New Year's resolution, and I don't want any of the bullshit about I can't sing, I can't play music, I don't have a musical bone in my body. The amount of times I've heard that, I don't know if you have, I don't have a musical bone in my body. Everyone does. There's a song in there somewhere. Everyone's
Absolutely.
got one.
Absolutely. Hey, Bernie, you come across as somebody with quite a lot of confidence, and you certainly have passion about ukulele, and you've got the lungs for it. But when you're, like if you're jamming, do you have any barriers at all that you have to sort of navigate, personally?
I hate singing in a microphone.
Oh,
Hate it with a passion. Hate it. When you can hear your voice coming back at you, I don't know, it kind of makes you double down on all the worst parts. And then you just find yourself in that spiral of, oh God, what was that? Oh God, what was that? Um, I love unplugging, microphone, jamming, being there, belting it out. I tend to sing better. I always say I thought I'm a soloist, but I'm not. I sing better when I've got people behind me. And then, so as you pointed out, that's not a soloist, that's singing in a group. So yeah, it is. But I'm trying to learn to pull myself back out of being the loudest and trying to learn how to harmonize. When we went to the Innisfail Festival, oh my God, there were so many good harmonizers in the background, just singing pretty together. And I'm like, oh, there's a real bit in there I want to be part of. So I've been practicing that a little.
Yeah,
So
great. How have you
yeah.
been practicing that?
Um, Honestly, it's on the songs in the club when I'm probably they're not my fave songs. I will admit I'm not big on the old timey wimey songs. I'm an 80s 90s girl. We don't do enough of it. Um, but on the songs that I don't like, I've always promised myself that I will actually not sing as loud, not sing as much, try and harmonize, and also try and do different things with my uke. So sit there, maybe learning how to pluck a little bit better instead of just a solid strum, and just do things more conscious rather than. So it does give you a chance. It probably throws everyone off because they're not hearing me as much as I usually am, but that's just my little thing for myself that I do.
Yeah,
So
I think it's important too. I think um, one of the things when you lead is that you still have to find, something new for yourself. I think it's often very easy to get lost in the needs of everyone else, looking after the
yes,
community or the big group, and then maybe your own expression or your own creativity or some new challenge just for you is sort of missed out. So good on you for
yeah.
doing that.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I like I found there's two groups of people in ukulele clubs. I don't know if you found this. There's people who play ukulele and then will sing with it, and there's people that like to sing and want something to do with their hands while they're singing.
Yes, yes, I know what you're talking about, but I don't think anybody's ever said it out loud to me before.
Oops, I probably just ostracized myself from my whole community.
No, no, you haven't. I think you've just hit the ukulele on the head. And that's exactly right. I've got people because there are people who love singing. I've got one little group, and there's an elderly fellow in there, and he's got a beautiful voice, and he's like an old time crooner, and he's
Oh,
been
lovely.
coming for a year, but he honestly, he just forgets himself in the song and stops playing altogether. And he'll just be singing away. He's a singer, and he's occasionally goes up and down with his ukulele. Isn't that sweet?
Yeah, I think we put too much pressure. It's like kids in schools. We put too much pressure that we have to be good at everything. And you
Mm,
don't. If you're the singer, that's okay. Find a way to play your uke along with it. Or if we pressure people who play the ukulele to sing. But you
mm.
know what? If someone's holding the notes and everything on the chords really well and keeping time, they don't have to sing.
I mean, isn't that
So,
the beauty of having 120 people, 60 people, 70 people, 80 people?
yeah,
You can actually just participate where you're at. So you
yes,
can Z chord it, or you
yep.
can go crazy
Chonk away.
musically, you can chomp away, you can sing, you know, um, God love you, you might even kazoo. But
I worked out I can't, after Innisfail, I can't do the tin whistle. I swear to God, I tried it once, and 100 dogs in the neighborhood all put their ears up, and I just went, "This is not for me. I can't do this justice."
Well, it is part of culture, yeah. Anyway, that's lovely to know, and that's what you get to do in ukulele, isn't it? You find what really works for you. Mm.
Yes.
Bernie, this is a great chat. Absolutely lovely. Can I ask you this? Funny, funny, funny. Can I ask you this? What is your big ukulele dream?
This year, I want to learn how to read music.
Oh,
I've got a daughter who plays guitar beautifully. She's in guitar ensembles, and I've realized there's a world of not being able to read music that would really help. They do an Irish jam session here once a month, but a little bit of it, you need to read music. And I'm like, oh, I've just cut myself off from a whole chance of learning something new. So that I want to learn to transpose a little bit better.
mm.
So someone says key a G, and I don't sit there looking blank. It's just little things like that. I want to learn how to chonk. I can't chuck, chonk, whatever you want to call it. I can't do that to save my life.
Oh,
That's one simple goal. And the biggest thing I want to learn to do is how to do a proper reggae strum.
oh, oh.
I can never get the upbeat, the offbeat right and get that. Would love to learn it. So
I teach a lot of reggae, but what the one thing that I think you might want to practice this, which is what I tell everybody, is you have to move. You can't be
ah,
sitting or standing still when you're doing reggae because you gotta sort of move. And so if you move like that, it does make it a bit easier.
all
Try it.
right,
Put on some Bob Marley and give it a go.
give it a go. I'm
Yeah.
down for that. But there's just it's all these little things that you just. I love ukulele. Easy to learn,
Mm.
hard to master.
Yeah.
So you
Yeah.
can be wherever you need to be in that spectrum.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Really good. Look, I've got so many good quotes from you. Ukulele, love ukulele. Easy to learn, hard to master. Don't like the old timey-wimey. It's a
Oh
cult.
wait,
We want everybody to
it is
join.
it is a cult. Oh, it is a cult. I think everyone's got to admit.
Yeah.
Every person who plays ukulele, the first thing they do is, you should give it a go. Come on, here, hold my uke.
I don't know how many people I've spoken to, and they've said, "Oh God, ukulele, no," and
Yeah.
they went. They were taken by a friend. They went to meet a friend. But the number of people I've spoken to that have resisted it, um, but got there and found a whole new world. So, everybody listening to this podcast who
Yes.
accidentally found themselves here and who is not enthralled by the ukulele, uh, fair warning, try before you deny.
Yes. And remember, you're not. It's not just the uke. It wasn't the uke that drew them into the place there. They stayed because of the people at the club and who they were
That's
with
right.
and who they were playing with. That's what caught them.
That's right. That's right.
It's
It's
like a
the
gateway
community.
drug. The uke was just the gateway drug.
Oh, yes, that's right. That's the other saying I'm going to put up. It's the drug of my choice.
It's my drug of choice.
My drug of choice.
But yes, it is just a gateway. The uke's just a gateway to meet all these people and this
Mm,
community and all the
yeah,
things we do.
fantastic. Okay, my friend. Well, is there anything else? Let me just check my notes.
Ooh.
Is there anything else we haven't covered yet? There are a couple of ukulele groups in Townsville, aren't there?
Yeah, we have two.
Yeah.
So the Tuesday night group, predominantly we play at the pub.
Mm.
Um,
That's
there
your
we
group. That's where
focus.
we'll find
That's
Bernie Newman.
that's yeah, that's where I'll be. We concentrate on teaching beginners, getting new people in. We like playing a wide range of music, learning new songs, hosting. We're big on developing people to host. So in different ways, we'll get them to come up and sing with help and support on the mics, all that, because that's daunting. Like I said, I choke on it all the time. And then we have the other group, which is meets on a Thursday, and that's the Eucalyptus Drummers. So, and they're big on they do really great work, actually, a lot of work in retirement homes, nursing homes, and going out
Wow.
and singing to the elderly. And they're amazing with it. They put on a really good show for them and they're really committed. So there's a band of them that will go. all over the place. They're always busy. So amazing work that they do.
Fantastic. Well done. Hey, Bernie, is there likely to be a Townsville ukulele festival?
I would love for there to be. I would absolutely love it. I need to hurry up and retire or win lotto to give us the time. But yes, there's been talks and mutterings about trying to. So I think we've got to actually explore it. I think
Yeah.
definitely we're big enough that we should be exploring it.
Yeah, yeah, you've got a lot, but we all know that it takes a little bit to get it started, but you've got a lot behind you in the home
Yeah,
base.
yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
fantastic. Fantastic. And speaking about festivals, do you travel much to festivals? Have you been to any interstate ones? Have you got anything coming up in 2025?
No, but it is my big 5-0 next year. And so I'm
Ooh.
putting on, oh, I know. So I'm putting on my wish list. I think I've got to pick one that I want to go to. That's going to be my birthday present to myself.
Oh,
So
great.
open to suggestions.
Oh,
I need
yeah.
something
Which month is your birthday?
October.
Oh, October. October.
And I was aiming for New Zealand, and then I heard they only do it every 2 years. And I'm
Yeah,
like,
and
damn it,
have it
there goes the overseas trip.
yeah, unfortunately, the only one I can think of really that would be big enough would be Phillip Island, Bass
Oh, that'd be
Strait,
lovely.
and
Yep.
that's in November.
Let's, that might work with my plans.
Yeah, or Newcastle, obviously
Yes.
ukulele, that's a really good one, and that's in October.
Oh, well. I wonder if I'm being good enough for both.
Yeah. So, oh, well, yes. And
Yeah,
the wonderful thing that we've got in Australia is we've got so much to choose from, don't we?
we
Yeah,
do.
it's
We
lovely.
do. And your little resource about where to go and when to do and everything like that is amazing. So
I
when
think
you
it's
do
helpful.
travel,
Yeah, it's helpful. It's
yes,
connecting people, and that's the idea for it. And it's also a platform as well for people to share. Do you have a Facebook group? How do people know what's going on with you guys?
yes, we do. We have a Facebook group. Townsville Ukes is
Okay.
on our Facebook. You'll see it. It's got a little guitar over there. So have a look for that. More than welcome to follow the page. We put some details up on there. If you come in, we'll take your email address and set you up with our Dropbox. You'll have access to all our music if you come into the club. And we have a little private Facebook group as well. But we also in Townsville have a little community Facebook group, Ukulele Paradise.
Hmm.
So which is shared by both groups. We share bits and pieces on there. So more than welcome on Ukulele Paradise if you need to ask when and where things are.
This is fantastic. Bernie, thank you so much. We're almost out of time right now.
Wow, that went quick.
Didn't it though?
Look at us, two ladies who like to chat. Was going
Yabbity,
to.
yabbity, yabbity, yabbity. We're just having a marvellous time this Saturday morning. Season's greetings to you. Merry Christmas. And also
Merry
to everyone
Christmas.
at the club. Thanks for what you're doing for community ukulele. And all the best for 2025.
Thank you, darling. No worries.
Yeah.
Everyone out there, have a Merry Christmas.
Yeah, thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, you've been listening to Bernie Newman, not Bernadette, at the
Not
Travelers
Bernadette, I
Ukulele.
haven't been naughty.
No, you haven't been naughty. Aloha, Bernadette. It's been great yarn. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you, darling. Bye.
That's good. Well done, Bernie. You did it. Cheers. Here's a little bit of water. Cheers for you. Thanks for listening, travellers. Don't forget to subscribe, follow, or click notifications on your preferred platform so you don't miss a yarn. We're posting a new episode every Wednesday morning because it's a great hump day, pick me up kind of a podcast. Thanks for listening. This is Shirley Ann. Aloha.